Hey everybody, this is one that many of you have asked for a long time. It's how do you get your loved ones and kids into investing. So this has lessons for kids, young investors, old investors, everybody alike. So don't discount it out of the gate. This video is going to be entitled How to Get Kids Started Investing. But again, full of life lessons. And as usual, this channel is about math, money, and freedom. And this is something like I never thought I'd actually do, but you will enjoy. So, disclaimer, none of this is financial advice. Now, the number one lesson for everybody that's investing today is cash is debasing. So be careful holding a lot of cash. I like to refer to it as a shrinking ice cube, and other people use that as well. So don't have $1 million sitting in the bank paying nothing with 15% debasement per year. Lesson number one for the kids out there. In the old days, they could do that. Nowadays, you can't. Second of all, it's always good to have a goal, no matter who you are, no matter how old you are. If you're 10 years of age, think about what you want 5 to 10 years from now. Is it university education? Do you want to buy a car? Do you want to go on a vacation, etc.? By the way, we're going to have Oliver starring at the end of this video. This is a 9-year-old who's been investing in Bitcoin since he was 8. So we're going to quiz him and find out exactly what he knows. So, lesson number 3 for everybody out there. The importance of working and earning. Always be hustling. Always try find it. Again, same thing. If you are 6 years of age or 60, always find that side hustle. Always work. Always find ways to generate income. And that's critical. And then invest your earnings. So, lesson number 4. Albert Einstein called this the 8th wonder of the world, and that's called compounding and the magic of compounding. So basically, what this refers to here is if you invest $100 with a 50% return, you get $150. Invest that for another 50%, you get $225. Another 50%, you get $337.5. And this continues to go up exponentially. Now, when you're talking about assets like Bitcoin, average return over the last 11 years is 200% per year. So with that type of compounding, you are off to the races. Now remember, everybody, the biggest asset when it comes to investing is time, getting in early and waiting. And that's one of the most powerful things. So when young people can start investing early, I don't care if you're 21 or 25, but there's some people who are starting when they're 55, 60 or 70. And you are at a very big advantage if you're starting when you're 10 or 8, like we'll see from Oliver later today. Now, this is very important as well. Again, also applies not only to kids, but what you invest in. Do you want that new car or do you want that new PlayStation? So, for example, some things are wasting assets. PlayStations become obsolete over 4 years. And every 4 years they come out with a new one. There's a PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, what was amazing to me, I looked up the price of a PlayStation. I've never played video games, so I don't really know. But I was shocked to find out that the PlayStation 5 at a store called Walmart is $1,200 today. So if you invest $1,200 today, your investment in your PlayStation will depreciate by 25% per year. So by the year 2025, your $1,200 investment will be worth nothing. Now, if you took that same $1,200 and you invested in Bitcoin, you would be able to buy today with Bitcoin at $38,000, 0.03158 Bitcoin, which is 3.157 million Satoshis. Remember, in the future, we're going to use the Satoshis to calculate the value of everything, not the US dollar, in my belief, 10 years from now. You know, if they start doing things like measuring the cost of a barrel of oil in Bitcoin, that's how we'll be measuring gas in Satoshis, perhaps, one day. Now, when you look at the conservative appreciation based on my price prediction models for Bitcoin, that $1,200 investment will be worth about $27,600 in the year 2030. That's 30 PS3s. And with deflation, because better manufacturing, etc., it might even be cheaper. You might even have 60 PS3s. So the question is, what do you want? And that's the importance of things like compounding and the importance of not investing in obsolete assets over time. So for this video, we're going to look at a couple of investment candidates. We're going to look at Roblox, Axie Infinity, Top Shot, Bitcoin, of course, Decentraland, Rarible, and Enjin coin. And we're going to look at all these assets and figure out exactly do they belong in your portfolio or your child's portfolio. And I know a lot of adult investors that invest in things like Bitcoin, Enjin coin like myself, Roblox, Axie Infinity. So these are not just for kids. And a lot of sport fans invest in Top Shot. So let's talk about the criteria real quick. Number 1 criteria we use is safety for kids. Number 2, fun. Number 3, learning. Number 4, ease of use. Number 5, is it appropriate for all ages? And number 6, does it get a good investment return? That's our framework. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of a spoiler alert up front so people don't have to wait till the end. But if we were building a kids portfolio, what would it look like? And part of this is very important for people to put things in matrices. That's what I've done all my life, and score things appropriately. So we have all our different assets: Bitcoin, Roblox, Axie Infinity, Top Shot, Decentraland, Rarible, and Enjin. And we score them across safety, upside, age groups, ease of use, learnings, and the fun quotient. And the winner is, out of the gate, Axie Infinity. Number 2, we have Roblox. And number 3, of course, everybody needs to have some Bitcoin as well as some Enjin. So that is kind of where we are. Now, as we go through this, we're going to analyze these different players and see exactly what's best for everybody based on their particular goals, needs, and interests, whether it's basketball or art or video gaming, etc. So let's look at Bitcoin and how it ranks. So basically, safety for kids, 5 out of 10. While it is a safe asset, it may not be safe for the average kid new to money, and responsibility and accountability required. So there's a little bit of risk there. People could lose their keys, lose their passphrases, etc. In terms of fun and enjoyment, Bitcoin isn't designed to be a game. In fact, Satoshi called it a boring gray in color when he described Bitcoin. So it's not designed to be a fun toy. It's designed to be a pristine, hard asset. Lifelong lessons, number 10. Ease of use, accessibility, 7 out of 10. All ages, 4 out of 10. It's probably better for people who are a little bit older. You don't want to give over your keys to a 6-year-old, for example. And monetary appreciation, 10 out of 10. This has been the best performing asset over the last 10 years, bar none. Let's look at Roblox now. So Roblox is an online game creator system where the majority of content is actually created by amateur game creators. It's fascinating. If you know of any kids between the age of maybe 4 and 15, they've probably played this game. Now, what is it? It's a platform where you carve out your own niche in a social industry. And it is unique because it emphasizes player content, player creation. And the tools are really simple and easy to use, and everything's done as a 3D framework. It's pretty neat, especially when you see a kid playing this game and what they actually put together. But what really makes it unique is basically Roblox is able to generate significant network effects amongst its users, just like YouTube. And the more players that are there, the more content gets created. And this keeps the players playing as there is a never-ending supply of new content. Think YouTube. Further, creating content as well is part of the fun, and people that create the content are encouraged to share it on social media like YouTube and Twitch and other gaming platforms. And there are people that actually spend hours and hours watching people playing Roblox, believe it or not, and that publishes it too, so it becomes a big self-fulfilling prophecy. So it's pretty amazing. Now, the revenue model, as you young investors start looking at games and assets to invest in, it's important to know where the money comes from. And Roblox, by the numbers, is pretty impressive. It is primarily based on a freemium model, but sometimes people need to use the in-game currency to buy certain things. So, for example, if you want wings, you have to buy some Robux and use that money to buy wings that you can put on your clothing or suit or build up a restaurant or whatever else. So it teaches kids the value of money. We have over 30 million active users, billions of hours engaged, billions in bookings. The company does make a little bit of a net loss right now, but big operating cash flow. So very impressive. What's also important to note here is the number of monthly average users growth, and 82% or 87% of growth is outside the US and Canada. So it has very wide global adoption, and it's just getting bigger and better. And of course, it's international. You don't need to speak a certain language to play. Now, everybody out there, it's very important to look at the chart and understand pricing. So I put together a quick Roblox chart for you guys. Now the blue line is the 50-day moving average. That might be beyond some of you, but it's kind of where we are right now. Basically, the price is under the average price, which is normally a good buy signal. Just super basic technical analysis. Now, many analysts as well believe the one-year target for Roblox is $100, and we're currently at about 77. So there is a bit of upside. At least I believe it's going somewhere to $92. So, you can make a good 20-30% on this stock, but we'll see. So how does Roblox rank in terms of a ranking system? So it's safe, 9 out of 10. It's fun, 10 out of 10. Life lessons, 8 out of 10. Easy use, 8 out of 10. All ages can play it. And monetary value appreciation, 8 out of 10. So overall, it's good. We'll see at the end if it belongs in our portfolio. This one, Axie Infinity, is taking the world by storm. And we'll talk about why. So what is it? It is basically a blockchain NFT game where players can collect, raise, battle, breed these little things called Axies in a virtual world. And they have different attributes and rarities. Players can earn cryptocurrency for playing the game. But there's more. And this is super interesting. What makes it really unique is it's the first one of NFT projects that's built around collectible creatures with in-game utility. And there are thousands of different combinations of strengths and weaknesses of these animals, or Axies as they call them. And playing the game, you earn the native crypto within Axie, and that can be used to power their creatures or sell on the open market. Now, the really crazy thing is, some gamers can also allow other gamers who cannot afford Axies to have them earn SLP, which is the smooth love potion, which is kind of like the currency of the game. So if you have somebody who is, say, wealthy from gaming in the US, has created a lot of currency, they can actually allow other gamers in poorer countries that can't afford these Axies to play, and they can earn passive income from the stream. So who would have thought? You can play a video game, you can earn money, and then you can have those assets generate revenue, passive income from other gamers all over the world. And you can even maybe help people out who can't afford the level of Axies that you might need to go forward. So how does it rank? It's safe for kids, 8 out of 10. It's fun, 9 out of 10. Not as fun as Roblox, but pretty fun. It does teach important life lessons. You got to build and breed and do all that weird stuff. And it's easy to use. All ages can use it. Monetary value, 6 out of 10. We're not sure exactly how far it'll go. It's actually run quite hot already. But that's Axie. Now, let's talk about some other assets to consider as well. So we have NBA Top Shots, Decentraland, Rarible, and Enjin. And in full disclosure, I own Enjin. Now, let's look at NBA Top Shot real quick. This is for the kids who like their sports, especially those who are into basketball. They will enjoy NBA Top Shot. And these are NFTs of virtual collectible cards. Think baseball cards, but in the virtual world for basketball. And they are ownership rights, and they can actually be traded, bought, sold, etc. on a marketplace, and some of them are worth thousands of dollars. So if you can get a card cheap, wait for it to appreciate in value, maybe a player becomes very good during a season, that can be worth thousands of dollars afterwards. So interesting way of generating money there as well. So how does it rank? So 9 out of 10 for safety, 7 out of 10 for fun, especially if you like sports, it might be an 8 out of 10. Life lessons, 6 out of 10. Easy use, 8 out of 10. All ages, 6 out of 10. So it may not be appropriate for the younger ones, under 10 years of age, for example. And monetary appreciation, we're not sure how it could go. So we scored a 3 out of 10, but maybe if you're very lucky at identifying the right cards that could really appreciate in value, you could do very well. So that was that. Decentraland. This is another popular decentralized game with mini games within the virtual universe, and players can buy their own virtual land and virtual assets within the game, and of course, trade them. So how does it rank? Safe for kids, 7 out of 10. Fun, 7 out of 10. Life lessons 8 out of 10, easy use 8 out of 10, all ages 6 out of 10, and monetary value appreciation 6 out of 10. Not as high as Axie, but getting up there. Super interesting. And this one is Rarible. It's another NFT digital collective platform for buying and selling digital art. And this is one that one of our Patreon members created. And the digital art pieces are great for the artistic family. And remember, you could create a piece of art, stick it online, and who knows, it could sell for $69 million, which one piece of art did actually. The third most valuable art piece ever was an NFT. So, how does it rank? Safe for kids, 3 out of 10. We're not sure exactly how safe it is, but always supervise. Fun and enjoyable, 6 out of 10, but that could be higher if you're more into art than things like sports. Life lessons, 6 out of 10. Easy use, 7 out of 10. All ages, 4 out of 10. And monetary value appreciation, 3 out of 10. Average score, 4 out of 10. So not the highest. Last one, Enjin. This is a multiverse of blockchain games that allow players to buy and sell in-game assets across different games, which is pretty cool. And again, as I mentioned, I am an investor in this, and players can own these virtual items and burn these virtual items to unlock the Enjin tokens backing them. And that's how you make money. Buy a sword cheap, sell it high, burn it back, get your money out. So how does Enjin rank in terms of safety? 7 out of 10. Fun and enjoyable, 8 out of 10. Teach important life lessons, 8 out of 10 as well. Ease of use, 6. All ages, 7 out of 10. In fact, many adults use it as well. And monetary value appreciation, 8 out of 10. That's why we invest. So, in wrap up here, what's very important as well, just like for adults, kids also need to think about their portfolio. Not have all their eggs in one basket, but also diversify into different types of assets. So we believe if a kid has $500 that they've saved up, maybe 1/3 or 30% into Bitcoin. And when they are ready to handle and custody themselves, 30% into Axie Infinity, because there are ways of creating passive income from that platform. 30% into Roblox, kind of a core equity of the portfolio. And 10% into what you like. That could be Top Shot or Rarible Art or Enjin or any one of these platforms. So everybody, a lot of life lessons here for young and old. And now we're going to check out Oliver. He's going to teach us how to invest in Bitcoin. Oliver, big thank you for being here. A lot of kids want to invest. There's so much good stuff that everybody can invest in nowadays, but I want to get a handle on exactly what brought you to investing in the first place. But before we do that, may I ask how old you are?
I'm 9.5, turning 10 in November.
Awesome. Very good. And when did you start investing?
I started investing when I was about 8, when Bitcoin was about $7,000.
So what brought you to Bitcoin?
I saw my dad selling and buying Bitcoin. That was the main one that I knew of. I didn't know of any other cryptocurrencies, and Bitcoin looked really cool to get some money and put it into Bitcoin and make the money go up.
So, like, if you go to your school and you have all your classmates, are you the only one that actually trades Bitcoin and invests in Bitcoin?
I think so.
That's amazing. Well, hopefully after this video, more kids will do the same thing. What about things like meme stocks and meme coins like Dogecoin and GameStop and that type of stuff? Are those types of assets of interest to you?
Well, yes, those like Dogecoin is an interest, but also Bitcoin is too. I like both of those two types.
Good. Do you have a little Dogecoin, may I ask, as well?
No, I don't. I'm just looking at Bitcoin. I mean Dogecoin.
So, do you have your own portfolio? Like, do you manage your portfolio on a piece of paper or in a spreadsheet? Or
well, yes, I have my own portfolio, and me and my dad work on it on Windows Excel.
Do you believe in compounding, or do you understand what Albert Einstein referred to as the eighth wonder of the world?
Yes, I do. It's basically money making its own money.
Excellent way to say it. Yes. You are 9. In 11 years, it'll be the year 2032. What do you think Bitcoin price will be at by the time you are 20 years of age?
I would believe it will be at about 1 million or higher than 1 million.
That is incredible. I believe that too as well. I believe somewhere between 809,000 and $1 million is very, very achievable. Big thank you, everybody, for being here. I hope you like the content. Hit the like and subscribe if you do.